Hello again, it's Peter Ratcliffe here from the Sphere IT podcast, broadcasting from Insurtech Insights in London, March 2024. We've been meeting quite a few interesting people throughout our time here. It's been a wonderful experience, and I'm really grateful to invite Luanna to the podcast to talk about her background, her insights around the health and medical industry, and especially where insurance underwriting is concerned. Welcome, Luanna.
Yeah,
Can you tell me a bit more about yourself?
Yes. So my name is Luanna. I'm born Brazilian, but I'm here part of the European community a long time ago. I was also born German somehow.
Oh, okay.
I have double citizenship. And I work with a medical group that's called samplemed. And 1.5 years ago, we just launched our third generation software to automate life underwriting. That's called the S360.
Wow. Okay. So what's your mission here at Insurtech Insights?
Here I'm here to connect to people and talk to insurers that face a hard time with their underwriting right now. Some of them have some tools they don't really like, or some of them are looking for something else.
Right.
And our mission as a company, or specifically here, the Insurtech, actually we have a spin-off, I'll say the S360. It's not only to automate life underwriting, but we want to make insurers future-proof. And what do we mean with that, huh? Maybe it's a big say to say we want to make people future-proof. But all the medical data that's there, normally there's a big challenge because life insurance or health insurers, they cannot manipulate, or data scientists within the same organization, sometimes they cannot access medical reports, medical exams. This is information that stayed like in a black box. And it's very important that the company properly owns their own data and they can make the best use of it despite regulations, despite other challenges. So we have a philosophy up front where we want to collect this data properly, where people can use it. We want to augment this data. And by that, I mean, we have our medical web semantic that we'll put on top of that. A person with diabetes, that was one example we talked right before here, the podcast, will be diagnosed by the system, and instead of making a dashboard say, oh, this is my part of portfolio with no diabetes, this is the part with diabetes, we're actually able to separate 64 different classes, 64 different types, correctly 64 different clinical scenarios for diabetes. We automate and we give that granularity. And diabetes is one risk in our bank. We have today 500 medical risks that are pre-mapped. And we have a research center that will continue the research so we can keep growing into giving that analysis to our clients.
So why did this idea come about? So I'm assuming you've seen some constraints in traditional health and life insurance underwriting, and you thought we could actually do this better and we could provide more info and detail. Is that kind of where it came from?
Yeah, actually, our company has over 35 years that they're working with underwriting for life and health insurance. They were doctor funders, so they started giving consultancy and giving the medical reports for life underwriting. Afterwards, they started to expand. So 35 years ago, it was very novel, the idea of tele-underwriting. So they built a tele-underwriting center. Let's say it's like telehealth today, but at those times, like many years ago, was quite a thing. Was made by telephone in the beginning. Today we make it with video.
Yeah, sure.
That's a bit nicer and more personal. And they expanded to have laboratory change to do paramedical exams for life insurance. And for all the processes that the medical group had, they had to build software for it because there was no software in the market tailor-made for insurance and for insurance underwriting. Until it came to a point they realized they had many softwares that were actually very valuable. And they migrated, or they built a second child company for software. So we took our own experience and sometimes our own mistakes and our attempts to get better throughout time. And we learned with many different clients across many different countries. Today, the software, as I said, is the third generation. So we built 3 different systems before for automating life underwriting, and they had their pros and cons. But I can see that from all our experience, we try to centralize it into the new SaaS. And the SaaS is basically 5 different softwares we rebuilt into one. So it's very broad. It has all the channels to communicate with laboratories and interpret, or tele-interview centers, or digital questionnaires, or predictive models. And all this information goes out to a data lake that we give our clients, basically where they'll have anonymized data to be able to use for whatever they want. If I want AI in the future or machine learning, other things, I'll have proper structured medical data that's anonymized, and I can use to calculate better my pricing, calculate my risks, do properly their job.
That sounds like a wonderful piece of technology.
Yes.
It looks like you enjoy working with it and you're quite proud of it. So that's good news. When we're talking about Gen AI in this space, do you see any absolutely concrete use cases that will be available in the platform in the next 3 years?
Well, I believe for generative AI, there is this fear, let's say, from AI for some parts of the insurance. But I believe since we come with web semantic upfront that is made with medical data, that's very valuable for any type of application of AI in processes that could be delicate.
Yes.
Or that could require a lot of data, like quality data, to be trained.
Sure.
Because actually you jump steps if you come up front and you already have a medical data foundation that's not made on trial and error. It's like, no, this medical research.
Quality data.
And this is a base for new AI applications to be used. So we do believe that clients with our platform, they can use any provider of AI afterwards. They will all profit from it. We have some partners that they're happy when we work together because they know their accuracy will be better.
Sure.
And we have some things that we have in mind in terms of generative AI or the traditional, there are many types of AI. But we're also open to give good data for other providers to do the projects they have to do, whether in claims or other cycles of the life insurance.
We try to enable them through that process.
Yeah, we want to enable them. That's why we say we want to make insurers future-proof. We want them to be ready to any other initiative they want to do. They will have the proper data to do that.
Look, sounds like you've got a wonderful piece of technology.
Yes.
You really know your stuff in terms of health and medical underwriting. Certainly educated me. So thanks ever so much for your time. Thanks for having me on my podcast. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.